That's all you do.
And I'm Naima Latif with On Air Daily News here at the Ivy Tech Community College, where First Lady Jill Biden will be addressing the gathering and showing how our community colleges are actually preparing students for jobs of the future. So we'll be here live as Dr. Jill Biden speaks to those who are in attendance and gives us or participates in a tour where we can see the technology that's being shared with today's students. So we will be here in just a moment with First Lady Dr. Jill Biden. I'm Naima Latif with the Media Connection for On Air News, and we will be right back.
Thank you, Erica. Well, good thing we are starting a little bit earlier because we don't want this happening very often, right? And by the way, the whole program is about the energy, and now you can see the importance of energy. Well, good afternoon, students, faculty, staff, state and campus trustees, elected officials, community leaders, friends of high impact. Welcome to this historic day of our wonderful campus. It is with immense great. Thank you so much for joining us because it is a big day for us. Before I make my remarks, I want to extend great appreciation to our incredible leader, Dr. Sue Elsterman, for her leadership and vision for this institution. Thank you, Dr. Elsterman. Additionally, I wanted to use this opportunity and to extend great appreciation to the entire team from the Office of the First Lady being here and working with our team, especially maintenance team, faculty and staff, in making this happen. So please round of applause for our team, staff, and everyone being involved to make this happen. in Indiana. And then also, are we ready to see the First Lady of the United States, Dr. Jill Biden, Deputy Secretary of Labor, Julie Sue, and then Deputy Secretary for Energy, David Kirk. Well, this month, around the globe, we are celebrating the Women's History Month. And we know that this month, and this is the best time to celebrate and recognize women across this campus, in the community, Northwest Indiana, the state, and in the nation. And no better time than to celebrate and welcoming the First Lady of the United States. Empower women, empower communities in Northwest Indiana, across the state, and in the nation. I think that each day we take place, our students begin. And they strive to do the best, both academically and professionally, as they work in our communities. Today, we are delighted to share with all of you, with the First Lady and Deputy Secretaries, how we have developed these energy technology programs for our campus and working together to be able to offer these high-paying jobs to our students and meet the workforce demands in our communities. In our conversation with Dr. Biden, in just a few minutes, we will highlight the key aspects of this program, how we design, and what are the successes along the way. Also, we will spotlight students' work and the partnership with our local energy industry needs program. Specifically, we will hear firsthand experience from Lane, our student. She is a current student in our energy technology program. Lane's story is incredible. She represents a female student into energy technology and the passion they're discovering that this field is for all. Ivy Tech is the nation's largest singularly accredited institution and only one in the state of Indiana. Our campus, Valparaiso, is one of the 19 unique campuses serving LaPorte, Porter, Stark, and Jasper counties. Our school is very strong. With the dedication of our faculty, best faculty, and staff for student success, currently we are serving over 10,000 students, which includes over 4,500 high schoolers taking college credits while they're in high school and saving over $6 million to their families. For us, student success is everything. Our students represent and reflect our mission and vision in the college. At this campus and across the state, we are a diverse, open access that fuel college, that fuels Indiana economy through the exceptional instructions. And we strive to support all students to succeed. Did you know that 4 out of 5 students graduating from Ivy Tech, they're debt free? Absolutely, and that is outstanding for our graduates. Over 80% who have no debt after their graduation. We are the college for people from all walks of their life, and we are offering programs to be aligned with local needs for the industry to meet the demand on the workforce side. For us, that is a higher education for a student life. As we are ready to welcome Dr. Biden and the 2 deputy secretaries, I would like to express deep gratitude for Dr. Biden, what she has done so far and continue to do for all community colleges across the nation. Certainly, her passion for student support aligns really well with our passion for our students to be successful at the college and as they're working. Thank you so much. I can keep talking how much I'm excited about all this event, but I've been told there's something more for me to be involved in. Thank you so much. Thank you for being with us for this historic day.
So students will go over to the photo area. One thing I just want to say is now especially when we really challenge the sound, we don't put the space. But when Dr. Biden gets here, we'll be doing the tour first, so if we could just really be quiet. Here we go, we'll kind of do the high and low signs, you know, for when we're entering the tour, so that makes sense. That's why. Okay, Susie, you can help me.
And in just a moment, Dr. Jill Biden will be coming, and we're going to go on a tour of the school.
Where these guys come. She's gonna be at this one first or this?
So we are awaiting Dr. Jill Biden as she gets ready to come in and tour the Ivy Tech Community College, its tech center, and talk to some of its students about some of the current programs. And we're going to get a chance to see what they are learning. And of course, as you'll see, they've got a big sign that says, "Welcome, Dr. Biden, to Ivy Tech." Dang it. Don't touch anything on the screen. And of course, these are the students of Ivy Tech Community College here in Valparaiso, Indiana, learning some of the latest technology, solar energy, wind energy, and much of the skills that will be required for the upcoming jobs. The Biden administration has been very adamant in preparing young people for the new jobs in technology, making sure they are prepared to meet the needs of the industries and prepared for the new green technology that is part of the growing development of much of our new construction, much of the new requirements for energy. And so, this college, which is partially solar powered, is also teaching the technology of solar energy. And as you can see, there's automation and robotics. And Dr. Biden has been very much a champion of education and pushing the Biden administration's emphasis on education. So, as we await Dr. Biden and her tour of the students, we'll get an opportunity to see some of what they are learning and how they are being prepared for not just tomorrow's, but today's industries, preparing for real jobs and preparing them to enter the 21st century and be prepared for this global economy and the new green technology that is a part of the future of planet Earth. So we have an opportunity to hear her position as expressed by the Biden administration and its emphasis on preparing students for the kinds of employment and the kinds of skills they're going to need. And we also are looking forward to hearing her reinforcement of what the community colleges across the nation will be offering in terms of opportunities and especially incentives for people who wish to perhaps re-enter college. This college, as do many of the community colleges, offers opportunities for supplemented education, free education for seniors, and those who wish to return and get a new skill. Ivy Tech Community College here at the Valparaiso campus gives an opportunity for those who are interested in the green technology to come and learn about sustainable energy and also wind turbine and solar And we see the preceding individuals coming in before Dr. Jill Biden. And we look forward to her coming to address the students and see what they're being prepared to learn. And of course, the students are here ready to welcome her when she enters. And as you can see, there are the mechanical training systems that students use to learn. And Dr. Biden will get a chance to experience some hands on work as she did her last visit to Illinois and seeing the work of the students in their that have been creating projects, preparing for green technology and preparing for sustainable energy projects. And Dr. Biden looks forward to reminding the American public that her husband, President Joe Biden, is spearheading much of the educational projects and the encouragement of community colleges to provide the skills that are going to prepare students for the jobs that are needed to be filled and the skills that are required, not just in America, but around the world. And if American students are going to be in a position to be prepared, they must be trained in the new technology that will define clean energy in the future. Oh, oh, and this is Travell Ward. Okay, is Travell Ward? Is he able to speak, or we gotta? We gotta wait. Oh. Oh, okay. Yes. So we'll get a chance to talk. Oh, great. Ah, yes. Oh, these are the instructors over here. All right. Well, we're going to get a chance to talk to some of the students who are part of this program, as well as the instructors, and hear some of the goals of this college here in Indiana that is attracting so many students because of its programs in engineering and industrial technology and machine tool technology and automation and robotics technology. And here today, we'll be talking about energy technology. How can students be prepared for tomorrow's energy systems? And how will they be trained to create some of the things needed, such as solar panels, windmills? How will they be prepared for the jobs that are in demand?
Right there.
Jobs that are in demand across America and across the world as we convert our energy systems to the green technology and the clean energy, clean, sustainable energy. And as more states begin to require new construction to include sustainable energy systems and green technology, what students here at Ivy Tech Community College in Valparaiso, Indiana, are learning will be key to preparing them for not the future, but the now. And as you see, of course, many of the students, youthful and eager and prepared for a different way of thinking, are looking forward to meeting the First Lady of the United States. And she has been traveling across the country and across the world. She's coming in fresh from a trip from Kenya and Namibia and speaking to young people about the future and their goals and aspirations and how this world may work in harmony as young people everywhere are being prepared for new ways of handling new ways of handling food production, new ways of handling energy production, new ways of handling travel. So across the world, students are being prepared. So as we stand here live, ah, and we're here with the press prepared to receive Dr. Jill Biden and hear her remarks as she observes what this college has to offer. So as we stand here, would you like to say a few words? And oh, absolutely. Oh, hey, there you go. Well, teacher, as we stand here live on the Media Connection TV, waiting Dr. Jill Biden. Yes. So now tell us, what are some of the things that you hope to hear her express as she talks to the students?
I hope to hear that she talks about the different ways that students can earn a college degree without going necessarily the more expensive and traditional route. And I hope that she can tell us why exactly she chose to come to Ivy Tech, specifically in Indiana, of all places.
Tell us where you teach.
I'm a student at Crown Point High School, and I study journalism, and I'm hoping to study journalism in the future at college and hopefully a career in that field.
This is teacher. Here we go. And father and son following in
Yes.
footsteps. Yeah.
Yes. Hopefully, it doesn't follow it too far to the classroom. Although it's incredibly rewarding, it's not the same as working in the field. And I think he has an interest in politics and kind of getting back to what true journalism is and delivering truths to people and advocating for social justice and fairness and equality in our republic. And we try to treat at Crown Point High School. We try to teach that, one of the pillars. Everybody says the pillar of a republic is capitalism and education, but we don't talk about journalism, because if people don't have a way of getting the actual truth, unbiased, straightforward, then we don't really have a clear picture of what that republic means for us. So that's why I feel like I'm very lucky and blessed to teach this in a public school and have students who are still interested in it. And hopefully they leave us going out into the world feeling like they can play a role in this republic and still have a different role as a citizen of the United States than one we've experienced in the last 20 to 30 years.
So now tell us the name of your school again and where it's located and the age of the students that you teach journalism.
I'm at Crown Point High School in Crown Point, Indiana. It's about 40 minutes southwest of here. And we are a high school, a public high school of 9th to 12th graders.
How long have you been teaching journalism?
I've been teaching journalism for 12 years, but I've been teaching in total for 30 years. This is my 30th year. Yeah.
Well, congratulations. He's going to be a doctor. And but what motivated you to decide to teach journalism? Because that's the whole thing. So what was your inspiration?
So that's a really tough question because I feel like teaching found me. I never once considered becoming a teacher. One day I was working a job after I graduated, was kind of lost and trying to figure out what I wanted to do. And I got a phone call from a private high school looking for a long-term sub. And I said, no, thanks. I said, why would you call me? And they said that somebody had given them my number that thought I might be interested in it. And I said, no, thanks. And I kind of laughed at it. And 2 weeks later, I got a call again. It was the same school. And I said, look, I told you the first time, no thanks. And after that second call, I went to my parents and I said, the weirdest things happened. I've gotten 2 phone calls from this private school wondering if I'd become a long-term sub. And my dad said, And I said, what is And he said, I always thought you'd become a great teacher. And I said, you're telling me this now after I've spent thousands of dollars going to Purdue? And he said, yeah. And so 2 weeks later, sure enough, as fate would have it, they called me one more time. And I took that as a sign. And so I went, and the minute I opened the doors and walked in the building, I felt like this might be something I'd do for the rest of my life. So I went back to school and got my teaching degree, and I've been doing it for 30 years.
Congratulations. And give us your name again.
Chris Gloff. Gloff.
Chris Gloff.
Oh, wow. Okay.
We try to keep it close.
Yes. Well, thank you so much. I'm really looking forward to seeing more of your work as a journalist. Yes. And congratulations. Yes. All right. Well, young reporter here, ready to talk to the First Lady of the United States and get an opportunity to hear firsthand what she has to say. And we have a number of the networks that are here looking forward to her address and hoping that she will, in fact, say something to bring some hope. And one of the things that young people are particularly concerned about and have expressed concern about is how is the new economy going to address opportunities for young people, especially because young people have been hit hardest when it comes to the recession, and education has been so expensive. Many young people have not been able to complete a degree, or if they do, they come out of school with so much debt. How will community colleges help to offset some of the major debt that students are incurring just trying to get a degree? And then often the degrees that they receive don't prepare them for the jobs that are in demand right now. So one of the things that the Biden administration has been emphasizing is the fact that these community colleges really have a chance to prepare students for jobs right now, technology right now, a demand they can feel right now. And that's what young people want to hear. How will my education actually lead to employment that will empower me to begin a life right now? So we're looking forward to hearing some of the answers to those questions, especially because young people who choose to go to higher education are making a choice to get educated as opposed to going into the job market, a job that might not be their profession but pays the bills. So if a college education, a community college education, can actually lead to the kinds of job that will sustain a family, then that's a job that's worth investing in. So we are here at Ivy Tech Community College in Valparaiso, Indiana, awaiting the First Lady of the United States, Dr. Jill Biden. And of course, her doctorate comes from education. She is an educator, and she has been very much pushing education. And she has been encouraging young people across the world to look forward to a new world where technology can actually help solve problems. And the students here are prepared for her to walk through the door so they can greet her and hear her and be inspired by her words. All right. And we're looking at some of the equipment that is part of the learning process. All of the equipment here is part of what the students use in their education, showing them the process of manufacturing, the the engineering technology, the industrial technology, the machine tool technology, and the automation and robotics technology that we're going to see. We're going to have a chance to tour some of the learning facilities, the areas that give people a chance to learn. And we're going to see what some of the students, in fact, do on a daily basis. And here we have some more of the advanced team coming in as we get ready for Dr. Jill Biden. Do we get a drum roll or something first? Oh no. Huh? Well, of course, we know the music that plays when the president enters, but I don't think the first lady is going to get the same musical tribute as she walks in the door. So we'll just look for perhaps some applause from the students as she comes in and greets people. Of course, she always does in her charming fashion. And so we prepare for her entry. Coming in from the airport. And ready for yet another inspirational presentation. And we'll get a chance to see what many of these pieces of equipment are. All right, here we go. Getting in position. Ready for the entry. All right, here we are. Dr. Jill Biden. And for those who don't know who she is, this is Dr. Biden waving. And she is greeting the staff here.
Then he came here and started our energy program for like 10 years, working as chair for IBTech. He currently still is on the board as an adjunct, he just can't quit. So we love that he's still our officer.
That's right. Totally.
Someone like Joe said, tell me how the energy started here.
Well, I would like to welcome you to energy technology. IBTech offers a 1-year technical certificate in both renewable energy and in electric line. Both of those can lead to a 2-year associate degree in energy technology. The class work consists of book work as well as on-hand work. We have an advisory board, which the advisory board helps us work with the local utilities and the college. We get together and we can be at the top of everything. Our jobs that our students get as they come out of Ivy Tech, as they graduate, are on the average about $45 an hour, hands-on, good, really good jobs.
So that it makes you more than we're making.
You're right. You're right, they are. And anyhow, so with that, I'd like to turn it over to the current student. This is Lane Seibert.
Hi, Lane.
Hi. So I'm a student here as at as Mike said. I'm in the Renewable Energy Technical Certificate Program, which is it's a year program, and I should be done in October. I came to Ivy Tech because of the hands-on education, because also the speed that I could get in education to get into the career that I'm passionate about. And as soon as I get my certification, I'll be looking for a solar installer job. And eventually, as I'm a solar installer, I'll be looking for more certification to eventually become an energy auditor, because that's my true passion is home energy efficiency and energy auditing.
I bet you'll get a job before you graduate. I bet you'll get a job offer.
Your mouth
Don't
got
you
this.
think?
Hi, thank you, Lane. And now I want to introduce to you a current graduate, Sandy Daly Strillich, or Strillich Daly. All right. She is a current working foreman for NIPSCO, but she came through the program, and she was the first woman that had
I read
full
that.
climbing class.
Yes.
A bit about my experience with Ivy Tech. It was 12 years now that I've been at Northern Indiana Public Service Company. 12 years ago, I was in a position where I knew I needed to find a job that was full-time, that paid well, had good benefits. And I didn't know that the trades, for me, I knew that was something I would like, but I knew it was a place to go that offered those things. So I know that Ivy Tech and being the first, or maybe the only woman in my class, it was it was awesome. It was awesome. The camaraderie between the teachers and the students was amazing. It was so exciting. I have to say, it was so exciting. And every day I loved it. So, and just what you had said to Lane about getting a job offers. Because of the partnership with Ivy Tech that our utility company has and some of the other businesses in town, they are looking for students who have that knowledge already going into that field. So even a month prior to graduating, I was offered a job at NIPSCO, and that was awesome. So, now I'm a heavy equipment operator for gas construction. Even though I'm not a line man or a line person, knowing what's in the ground, electric and gas go hand in hand, and the knowledge I have from her got me this job. And I know I'm not the only success story. So many of my coworkers came through Ivy Tech and getting jobs because they already had that base knowledge. And I am very, very grateful.
But what a role model you are, really.
It's
So-
fun. I love it.
And I hope that, Ivy Tech gets you out there and sort of like, look what she did. And if she can do it, you can do it. So, right? Yeah, we have to spread the word.
Thank you, Sandy. One of the things I forgot to mention was that NIPSCO, the local utility, gives a guaranteed interview upon graduation. So that's really exciting. And now I have Vern Beck to say a few
Hi, I'm Vern Beck. I'm the Vice President of the United Steelworkers Local 12775. We're 1,400 members that work and serve with the NIPSCO utility company. Back in 2009, when Ivy Tech and NIPSCO got together to create this program to be like a feeder program into utilities, so we're going to be short of manpower. We got together, and I was asked to be on the Energy Technology Advisory Committee back then, and I served on it for several years. And recently, about 2 or 3 years ago, I went on the Ivy Tech Board of Trustees. So we've had union involvement the entire time we've had this kind of program. And the steel structure here was donated by NIPSCO, the utility company, and then our union members suffered for them because we wanted them to have high quality training, because we know as a union representative, our main focus is making sure these energy jobs are high paying and unionized, and making sure that people are highly trained, because we know highly trained people are safer. And our main focus is making sure people come to work and go home safely.
Thank you.
Thank you, Vern.
Did you know him before this?
Thank you, everybody. We really appreciate this. We're going to make our way over to the next stop and we're talking about our renewable program. So you all might follow me. I'm going to introduce you next over there. There.
And Dr. Biden is continuing her tour as she looks at the wind turbine electric hub learning system, learning more about renewable energy.
I'm going to introduce you now to our newest chair, the chief of city. He's been in education for 25 years, and I'm going to let him tell you about our renewable energy program.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for coming. Appreciate being here and to be able to for us to present our students here, because they have been working very hard with it to get their education. And renewables is one of our main programs here at UNED. And it's one of the fastest growing in Indiana for us. And I'd like to thank the administration for supporting the green energy and supporting us and transitioning from the fossil fuels all the way to green energy, which is my background, because I was on fossil fuel as an engineer, and then I came to this green energy here, so I really appreciate this myself. So anyway, we have in Indiana is one of the largest wind solar, and also the wind energy as well too. Solar in 5 years is supposed to be the third largest one that is in the nation, getting about 7 gigawatts of energy, which can be produced for 5 million homes, and which is going to put us on the fourth one in the nation. And for the new technology, we are right now doing great. We're doing 11th in the nation, and we are in 2018, 2019, we are 14% increase. So which means we are going to, we have surge demand for all these renewables. That's why we want to make sure our students have a gainful employment and successful in their careers. So this is our goal in here, and that's what we are driving these students, make sure that they have whatever they need, all the equipment, with all our trainings, to be able to be successful again, gainful employment, our main goal.
So you say you're 11th in the nation?
Will be in 5 years.
Okay, who's number one?
For the solar.
Okay.
For solar right now is Texas, California, and Florida.
Okay.
And then we are the fourth. We will be fourth. But for the wind, we will be 11th. So we are hoping, because the jobs that we get from the Lake Michigan, we are going to get really good wind. I mean, it's one of the largest renewable energy right now for the wind turbines. This is Oliver. He is from Manchester High School. So
He's from high school.
From the high school. So this is the high school students in here.
Hello.
I'm going to tell you that what he's doing in here, and we will be Oliver.
Last summer, this summer before, I got an amazing opportunity over the email. I thought it wasn't even real to be able to go to Ivy Tech as a sophomore in high school. I thought I was doing pretty average, not excelling at everything, not failing, but overall, this is giving me an amazing opportunity. Meet the first lady. That's what
Beside.
wasn't offered in the. Wasn't offered. No. No, but we got to do all sorts of amazing things. I got to step outside my comfort zones, like being able to use a circuit tester. I've been afraid to touch all electronics before this class because electricity can kill you. But I've been able to learn so much in this class. It's insane. And then even after this class, I'll get the opportunity to go get a job outside of this that pays well, and it's just good for job security and all. I could still pursue what I want even outside of this, but I always have a fallback plan. And that fallback plan is still really good.
Yeah, and so that's one of the things that we've seen. We get our high school students interested and into a career path, and they can just seamlessly go into the community college and get whatever certificate or degree, that they're trying to get. So what grade are you in now?
I'm a sophomore. I've taken classes that worked with the trades before, but this is the biggest leap forward I've taken.
That's great.
Oliver's actually going to have a technical certificate from Ivy Tech, which is 34 credits before he even graduates from high school.
That's great. So,
Yeah.
That's what we like. Yeah, congratulations.
Well done. Great presentation.
Is there anything you wanted to show on the trainer before we go?
You can explain what you guys are doing.
We're simulating the blades turning so that it will be the one time it doesn't happen. There we go.
Who's your friend?
This is Mason.
Oh, hi, Mason. I'm Jill.
He works with us a lot. He's in our class, but I work with him a lot specifically because we just work so well together. But right now we're simulating the blades turning so that we can get the most out of the energy. So we don't want it to damage the blades or say the wind turning the wrong way. So then the wind coming the wrong way. So we are able to turn the pitch of the blades so that it's able to get the most out of what it's doing.
Thank you so much, Oliver.
Yeah,
We appreciate
thanks.
it. Thank you.
And good luck. Good
Thanks.
luck.
Thank you.
Nice to meet you.
All right, so if you guys are like following me, we got one more station we want to show you. We've already met, but he's going to tell us a little bit more about wind, and how it goes more on the solar part of things, and he's going to introduce some of our students.
I'm Isaac.
Steve.
This part is the solar. We have the wind technology, this is the solar. We have the students have made some solar panels outside. Always show it on the TV, how much they use, how much they save, how many trees they save per day. We show all the information. That is way in the future, but exactly. That's what these guys are really passionate about, getting all these information. And they're working trying to do with this education. And so the solar is on right now, but getting the solar panel in this, and he's going to explain what's happening. So, Ahmed, you want to talk about it?
First of all, I want to say I'm so glad to meet you. And it's a great honor to meet you in the case of the United States. My name is Ahmed. I'm from the Republic of Chad in Central Africa.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I just came back from Africa.
Yeah, that was you know, like, yeah. And I want to thank my dad, you know, who's pushing me to choose this program. And, you know, as you know, like, we are a lifelong country. We don't have a few like dams, or we don't have that technology. Yeah. And just 20% of our population, we have electricity. And because that is this program, energy technology, and renewable energy. Like you said, and my dad says, it's the future. The future is what we need, what's going on now in the world, like climate change and all that.
Yes, you see it, right?
Yeah.
Every day.
Yeah, so when my dad told me, I'm going to choose this program, and my goal is to work here. This is my last semester, I'm graduate on May.
Oh, congratulations!
Thank you. And yeah, my goal is to work here for 4 years, and to create my own company.
Wow.
And then, yeah, I want to thank the United States for giving this technology, and then can transfer that back home in Chad and around the world too.
Yeah, local.
Global problem now.
Yes,
It's
it's a
not just
global
one country.
That's exactly right.
And I want to, I give them like people to Africa, and you focus on green energy. Yeah, and I want to thank you for that too. Thank you. Yeah.
So if I could explore one nugget for you, First Lady. 50% of the solar radiation that lands on land lands in Africa. Right? Just given where it's positioned, how big it is. And right now, the percent of solar PV installed capacity around the world in Africa is about 34%. So, we've got a lot of opportunity space to be incredibly wealthy and successful and save the money.
That's what we're hoping.
Thank you.
So, I'm Isaac Villanueva. I am a real estate agent right now with Listing Leaders. And I'm
Oh my God, you're too young. I know.
I'm 19.
Oh my
Yes.
God.
So I actually got licensed just a few months after I got out of high school. And I just became the growth manager about a week or two ago. So they're the fastest growing real estate agency in Northwest Indiana. And I intend to keep that growth and momentum. And I'm also the manager of 2 different McDonald's. So there's one about 3 minutes from here, and then there's a brand new store that just opened up in December in Crown Point.
You're not busy.
Just a little bit, you know. And then I'm a full-time student here. So I intend to use my education to get into solar panel manufacturing. So the long-term goal is that it will be essentially the Tesla, but of solar panels. So they'll be incredibly affordable. Every house in the U.S. Should be equipped with them. Exactly.
I agree.
You're already taking that space, so why not just
See you on the White House.
That'd be great. And then from that, you combine it with the electric car, a battery backup system, and it's just great. So you're emitting less carbon. It's less money going out to the consumer, and that's money back in the consumer's pocket that they can use elsewhere. Everybody can take care of their families and whatever it might be. So when we look to the future, I think the future looks good, and I think renewables are the way to go.
We go from a 19-year-old to a grandpa.
And a grandma. So,
So my background, I graduated in 81 in chemical engineering, for 42 years, retired last year, and I wanted to challenge myself. And I've read a lot about being a global company, working for a global company, I understood a lot of the problems in the world. So I wanted to see what the true realities were with solar and wind, so that's why I'm taking the class. And my ultimate goal is to learn to build my own system. I'm going to start this summer, and I'm going to do solar power plant for my grandkids, Tree Fork, and then I'm going to strike forward next year to wind and solar. This area really loves trouble with lack of sun, so I'm going to build it. I'm going to build it in city. And then the last I want to teach people my age.
That's what I'm
not
going
to be afraid of this stuff.
Yes. Yeah.
We heard some stuff from a couple of reporters today, and there's some disinformation. And I think that's part of my job to teach
I
people my
agree.
age.
Yes.
Don't be afraid of this.
Or to retrain in a new job, right?
Yeah.
Maybe they're retiring. Maybe they're tired of their old job. Maybe they're bored. Like this is like so exciting.
Yeah.
So we have to send you out too. So you know, say, come, look at me, come join me.
Yeah.
And this is, the future.
Yeah, it really is. And, solar is really good stuff. And I'm going to take the wind. That's right. The solar is very beneficial.
Yeah, it doesn't matter your age. You can come back. I mean, in my classes, I have students that are 17, and my oldest student has been 83. 83 coming back to school. So all ages.
Seeing the technology changes in this lab is this lab is state of the art. Because as we turn to renewables, we have to rebuild the grid too. So you've seen people here that are going to lay the wire, check the poles.
If you could just demonstrate this one.
Yeah, so we'll demonstrate real quick. You guys want to swing around back? Let's start out back.
You want us to go in back?
Yeah.
Are there,
There's two solar panels back there. I think these are 600 watts. They basically just feed through these four wires, and we're generating power and heat. So let the other guys.
So once it comes from there, so you go into the body box, you can take those two solar panels and plug them together. And then you're going to go through your safety switches here. That'll go to the charge controller, which will essentially regulate how much energy you send to the battery, how much you use. It's your control hub. From there, you'll go to your inverter. That'll take it to the DC current, the AC current. And then you go to your two-way smart meter here, so that way you can both forward and back, depending on if you're generating enough or if it's nighttime, and you need to pull some from the grid. From there, you have the renewable energy. Yep.
Did all of you understand all that? I got it.
It's good. This is our hybrid system. We've got like this sun from the bottom, and this can work on the sun and the wind. And the power here, this is our battery.
We're not generating the power.
Yeah.
It's amazing. You're doing great stuff.
Thank you, folks. Appreciate
Yeah.
it.
Thank you,
You
everybody.
are our future. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks, Steve. Thank you. Good luck. Thank you. Yeah. Happy graduation.
Congratulations.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. All right, folks. We're going to go ahead and get set up.
Thank you.
And now she's going over. Get it real quick.
No, I'm not going to go this
Oh, okay. Oh, that's right. I didn't see him. Okay. And so now, as Dr. Biden prepares to meet the students, and she'll come back for remarks, and we'll have a chance to hear how President Joe Biden's economic program is going to impact the future generations. As she greets the students and then prepares to make her remarks to the gathering. And Dr. Jill Biden will be joining the gathering here for remarks as after she talks to the students who are learning much of the latest technology in solar energy. And they are taking a photo as well as getting a chance to personally greet Dr. Joe Biden. Featuring highlights of Dr. Biden's remarks on the On Air Radio Network. As she prepares to come and share her thoughts and highlight the students we've just met and give them some words of inspiration. And as Dr. Biden mentioned, she just returned from a trip to Namibia and Kenya in East Africa, where the Biden administration is seeking to strengthen relations and build bridges as well as spread technological advances that can assist in many of the challenges that East Africa faces. Okay, wonderful. And I'm Naima Latif, and you are watching On Air News. We're here on the Media Connection TV, where Dr. Jill Biden is visiting Ivy Tech Community College and meeting many of tomorrow's technicians who are going to take us into the 21st century and prepare the world for the new technology of clean energy, as well as some of the other technological advances. And many of our community colleges are the institutions that will be preparing the next generation for the kind of jobs that are in demand in this growing field of sustainable energy. And as she completes her tour of the facilities, she prepares to address many of the students and those dignitaries gathered here in Ivy Tech Community College in Valparaiso, Indiana. I'm Naima Latif, and you are watching the Media Connection TV for On Air News. And we'll be bringing you more of Dr. Jill Biden's remarks in just a moment, and we'll be bringing you highlights on the On Air Radio Network. And now the students are seated, and Dr. Biden will be joining us momentarily. She's looking at the facilities and, again, giving students some encouragement as they prepare themselves to meet the needs of tomorrow's world of technology.
Excuse me.
Ivy Tech Community College is Indiana's largest public post-secondary institution and the nation's largest singly accredited statewide community college system accredited by the Higher Learning Commission. Ivy Tech has campuses throughout Indiana and also serves thousands of students annually online. It serves as the state's engine of workforce development, offering associate's degrees, short-term certificate programs, industry certifications, and training that aligns to the needs of the community. The college provides seamless transfers to other colleges and universities in Indiana, as well as out of state, for a more affordable route to a bachelor's degree. You can follow Ivy Tech on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and LinkedIn for the most up-to-date information.
I'm so sorry.
And a bit more about the Ivy Tech program here in Valparaiso, Indiana. The Energy Technology Electric Line. And this is one of the main focuses of this school in giving students inside view of energy technology. Students in the energy technology program at Ivy Tech are able to participate in a wide variety of hands-on learning activities, as we heard them speak to the First Lady about how they are actually participating in the creation of technology. They are involved in building and maintaining wind turbines, performing energy audits, wiring electrical circuits, and generation systems. And they're even designing and installing solar photovoltaic systems. Students will be able to work in the laboratory where they will collect data on electrical generation systems and wire up, design, and install and build new systems. So this is a school that is preparing them to enter the workforce right now. And here in Valparaiso, Indiana, students who are involved in this educational program are, in fact, being prepared for the jobs that are in demand right now. So we're here preparing for the remarks of First Lady Dr. Jill Biden. I'm Naima Latif with the Media Connection TV for On Air News, and we'll be bringing you more with Dr. Jill Biden here at the Ivy Tech Community College. Dr. Biden also had an opportunity to see the installation of solar panels, the panels that are right now powering the school's energy systems that are installed there on the front lawn of the school, part of its clean energy program and contributing to the powering of this electrical system. All of the lights as well as all of the systems that are used. And here is Dr. Jill Biden.
Well, welcome everyone. And for those of you who were here earlier, we had the dry run and we had the power challenge. Now we have great power, and there's great power in the room. So welcome, Dr. Biden. Welcome. Thank you so much for being here with us. Congressman Urban. We have many dignitaries with us before, some from our state as well. We have state legislators who are here. We have our Commissioner Lowry from the Indiana Commission for Higher Education, and we have our State Board Chair. If you would stand up, State Board Chair Stephanie Smith. And a very special thank you to Chancellor Oxo Sikowski, the incredible Valpo campus team, and as you saw, our very talented energy technology students. Could you give them all an applause? largest statewide singly accredited community college serving almost 175,000 students on 19 campuses and 40 locations. But we were born in 1963 as Indiana Vocational Technical College. So unlike many community colleges, we have always embraced technical education. And I am pleased to share that we have over 8,000 registered apprentices who will earn their associate's degree while they earn their journeyman card. We also have, yeah, you can clap that down. That is wonderful. That is wonderful. And last year, our students earned more than 41,000 credentials. Now, you might guess that those are going to be heavily aligned to our short-term credentials in advanced manufacturing, IT, and healthcare. Our big goal is 50,000 credentials earned in a year. So students, we need every one of you to complete it. That includes a focus on our emerging technologies like Industry 4.0, renewable energy, and semiconductors. In addition to what you saw here, Indiana is very involved with EV batteries in Kokomo, semiconductors in Lafayette, and Ivy Tech will train many hundreds of technicians and operators for those facilities. And we also work very closely with our state on those microelectronics technology hubs that we're looking at. So all of that is important. We also have a very primary goal to serve high school graduates and nearly 75,000 high school students in our dual credit programs across the state. We met a number of our high school students. Raise your hand. We've got lots of you here. We're so proud of you. But Indiana also has nearly 2 million working age Hoosiers with no post-secondary credential. These are those entry-level workers and single moms who struggle to support their families. These are jobs that are most vulnerable to automation. At the same time, employers can't find the technicians for that advanced automation, smart manufacturing, data analytics, and IT kinds of positions. So through our partnership with more than 250 employers, we offer upskilling through Achieve Your Degree, tuition assistance program, and the state of Indiana's own, what we call our own programs of next level jobs with more than 50 credentials that Hoosiers can earn for free while they're working. And we leverage our federal emergency relief funds to provide books for free to our students these last 2 years, $50 million. So we call this and many other innovative approaches at Ivy Tech Ivy Plus. And as you might see, our new strategic plan has a pretty interesting name. It's called Higher Education at the Speed of Life, because that's what our students need. We're going to revolutionize how higher education is delivered to ensure student success and agile alignment with the employer's research. So Dr. Biden, thank you for uplifting community colleges and recognizing the workforce engine that we are and the path to the middle class that we provide. We are so grateful for you. Please welcome the Honorable Congressman Frank Mervan from House District 1 to the podium. Congressman Mervan serves on the House Committee on Education and Workforce and the Subcommittee on Health, Employment, Labor, and Pensions. And he's been a great friend to Northwest Indiana and all of Ivy Tech. Welcome, Congressman.
I am Congressman Frank Mervan. I represent Indiana's 1st Congressional District in Northwest Indiana. I would like to welcome First Lady Dr. Jill Biden to Northwest Indiana to see what we have to offer when it comes to education, our workforce, and our people. Welcome to Northwest Indiana. I also want to welcome our next Secretary of Labor, Julie Sue, and the Deputy Secretary Northwest Indiana, Department Secretary of Energy, Deputy Secretary, David Turk. I would also like to thank President Sue Elsperman and Akko Sikowski and the administration and the staff and the first responders for for all of you who made this visit possible and for every day being committed to community college education and bridging that gap to the middle class. Please give them a round of applause. I would also like to recognize my wife and partner in representing Northwest Indiana, my wife Jane. Please give her a round of applause. I would also like to congratulate Ivy Tech as a statewide institution that was recognized by the Presidential Honorary of Excellence last year in 2022, which allowed for members of the faculty to be part of special recognitions and to be able to be recognized as a nation community college that is honored of excellence. Please give them a round of applause. So in Northwest Indiana, we are home to incredible industrial manufacturing workforce. Our people and our education and our workforce is our strength. We need to continue to have good paying jobs across our region, and I am an adamant supporter of expanding educational opportunities and making sure education is affordable and accessible. As we've talked about, making sure that we start young with high school students so that they have that bridge to understand that they have a safety net of education and an opportunity to have those jobs that we're talking about. So education is a key component to our I'm proud, very proud, my colleagues in the House to vote for a bipartisan infrastructure bill that President Joe Biden had talked about, and we were able to pass that. That is a once in a generation investment in the American worker and also in renewable energy, in technology. So when we're looking for the next generation of jobs and when these young men and women are looking for that, the investment that we have made in the infrastructure bill is something that will bridge that gap and allow us that opportunity to give us hope. And not only here in Northwest Indiana, where we are also one of the region's top producing steel industries, the strong Buy American provision. So when the young man was talking about owning his own manufacturing company when it comes to solar productivity, we can build that here in America because you were able to get that technology here. So to the steel worker who's now working on solar panels, that bridging the gap for the next generation of jobs is so vitally important. And so we're doing that here in Northwest Indiana. And I find it so welcoming to have the administration and the First Lady here for us to be able to show off the know-how and grit of our workforce and the educational component which is feeding that. And when it comes to community colleges, I have to absolutely share this story quickly and concisely. We have Chancellor from East Chicago, Louis Gonzalez. We were able to get them a community funding grant for $1 million for over the finish line in a vulnerable community. And what that allows for is Chancellor told me this story when students didn't have the wherewithal or when they face problems of everyday life getting through the pandemic. This $1.5 million will allow students to graduate and the school of Ivy Tech to be able to provide the social services and also the safety net so that people of all opportunities in life can get the education and move forward. And that's what's so vitally important when we go and govern, that we prioritize our community. So it was a very proud moment to be able to bring those resources back to Northwest Indiana. And I will close with this. In conclusion, we work together to make sure that all of our students and all of our individuals in Northwest Indiana have opportunities. And today at Ivy Tech, what we are showing in renewable energies is that we have those opportunities. And on the horizon, Northwest Indiana is competing for a hydrogen hub, which again is transformational. And I invite the Deputy Secretary and the Secretary of Energy to come see our grit and know-how, because that is a $1 billion project at BP that can transform all of Ivy Tech. And I want to compete for that, of those 9 awards. So with that, it is my honor to introduce our next secretary, Julia Sue, for the Department of Labor. We are a concentrated area for the Department of Labor as far as union workers and workers. And with that, I am honored to be able to build a relationship with you, to be able to show you Northwest Indiana. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Congressman Ravan. We not only have a president who champions community colleges, we have a first lady who loves community colleges, who teaches at a community college, and who is
making sure that everyone understands just how critical community colleges are in our communities. And so it's such an honor to be here with you to provide that. I am grateful to all of the elected officials who are here from Valparaiso. As has already been said, President Biden came to office promising to deliver on historic investments in infrastructure, in manufacturing, in science, in research, and in our shared energy future. These investments, he said, will not only bring new roads and safe bridges and clean drinking water and reliable internet in every household and coast-to-coast electric vehicle charging stations. They would create good jobs, good union jobs in communities across the country. And the president delivered on that promise with the help of partners like you, Congressman Van. A lot of people are asking, are we going to have the workforce to do those jobs? And the answer is yes, as long as we make sure they are good, quality jobs and that there are effective pathways so that every community has a chance to get those jobs. These pathways are every bit as important as the physical roads and bridges that we are building. These roads and bridges connect people to the good jobs they want and need, and employers to the people they want and need. And community colleges are the on-ramps to that entire system. Whether you're right out of high school or in high school, as we saw today, or whether you already have a job, are retired from a job, as we saw today, and already have a family. Community colleges offer an educational opportunity that works for those seeking better training and better career opportunities. The Biden-Harris administration believes deeply in community colleges because we believe that everyone deserves a fair shot. At the Department of Labor, we oversee the workforce system, which is a partnership between federal, state, and local entities. And that includes registered apprenticeships. It includes a partnership with unions, and just a shout out to my brothers from the steelworkers and IBW who are here. And it includes investment, and we are making that's right. Colleges can connect people to all of these things in ways that no other institutions can. So because of this, the Department of Labor in this administration has begun a grant program called Strengthening Community Colleges. Ivy Tech is using these funds to recruit and train historically underrepresented workers, particularly people of color, women, veterans, those with justice involved, to become certified technicians in supply chain automation. That's an important job, and it's a good job, with family-sustaining wages and opportunities for advancement. So I want to congratulate everyone associated with Ivy Tech for their incredible work and for showing what is possible. Just last month, at the Department of Labor, we doubled down on the administration's commitments to invest in community colleges. We awarded $50 million in new grants in 14 states across the country, bringing our total in the last 6 months to nearly $100 million in community college investments. These programs are going to get underrepresented students access to healthcare careers like nursing, to manufacturing careers, to IT careers, to clean energy careers like the program we talked about today, and in education careers, so young people can follow in our First Lady's footsteps in uplifting the next generation. All of us here and reiterate the entire Biden-Harris administration's commitment to all that you are doing and for showing the way for others as well. So I am very pleased to introduce someone who is really leading across the administration, my colleague, my friend, the Deputy Secretary of the Department of Energy, David Turner.
Let me first thank Julie for that kind introduction, and I don't get to call Julie that much longer. As the Congressman mentioned, she's been nominated by the President at one of the best events I've ever gone to be our new Secretary of Labor, so I'll have to call her Secretary Sue at that point. It's nice to get you here, Julie, and such a partner with you. I'm particularly excited to be with you all for three main reasons. First of all, it's great to be here at Ivy Tech Community College, and I really want to underline community college. Both of my parents growing up, and I grew up just next door in Illinois, were part of our community college, Sauk Valley Community College in the
town I grew up in, Rock Falls, Illinois. And for those especially who work here at the community college, I'm sure you've had this experience. I know I've had this experience with my parents. We'd be at Walmart or wherever we'd be going in town. Someone would come up to them and say, "Thank you, Kay," like my mom's name, she ran the Learning Assistance Center at the community college. "Thank you, Kay, for your tutoring me in math. It was a really tough class. I couldn't get through it. You really helped me. And now look at the job that I have." So those who work in community college, and our First Lady certainly knows this inside and out, if you look at institutions around our country that are having real world impact on people's lives, real people's lives, the magnitude just here at the Ivy Tech Community College and your other campuses across this state, South Valley Community College, it's just truly, truly impressive. So thank you all for making your careers. Thank you all for working in community college. Second reason I'm particularly excited and really honored, I have to say, is to join this stage with our First Lady. She's the full package that you see. She's gracious, she's humble, she's a public servant in the truest word. And I think the top compliment anyone can give someone else in Washington, D.C. is what you see in public is what you see, what you get in private. And I think that is our First Lady to a T. So we're incredibly lucky to have her. All right, and then the third reason I'm particularly excited here, and looking at our colleagues in the front couple rows, but not just the front couple rows here, is we have an historic, unprecedented win-win-win opportunity in front of us if we seize it. So let me walk through each of those wins. First of all, I'm convinced, and this tour I think is just terrific to underscore this, is we've got such a great opportunity for great jobs with the future. Now with Secretary Sue's leadership, formerly known as Julie, leadership, we'll make those great jobs, right? A job is not just a job. Our president has spoken so eloquently about what a job means in terms of the whole picture and what it brings to your life, your community. We've got great jobs. I just want to give you a couple statistics. We do a lot of numbers for our great technical agency in DC. Since the president took office, we've seen over 1,000 big scale TV announcements all across the country, not just in Indiana, but all across the country. That is a lot of announcements. That is a lot of work. That is a lot going on just in that space. It's estimated that by the early 2030s, we're going to need more than 1 billion new electricians. That's just electricians. You think of all the other jobs, good jobs, paying jobs, jobs that will last well into the future. That is a huge win opportunity for folks beginning their career, in the middle of their career, or even at the tail end of their career. So think about that as you make your decisions of what you want to do with your life. The second win we have is a win for our communities. My hometown, I don't think too dissimilar to some towns around this area, was a steel mill community. And when I was growing up, times weren't that great. And the steel mill that, I don't know what percentage, a large percentage of my fellow students, my fellow families that I grew up with, worked at the steel mill. It was closing down. And I can tell you, those who've lived in communities where we've had some of those challenges, what that means. What that means to the pride and dignity of people who used to have jobs, stable jobs that they could take and pay for their family, pay for vacation every now and again. That was crumbling, and you could see it in the divorces, you could see it in all kinds of things in the community I grew up in. We have an opportunity to go in the other direction here. We've got phenomenal opportunities in this clean energy landscape. Let me give you an example on that front. In addition to all those new utility PV farms that we're putting up, we can build those PVs, those photovoltaics right here, the manufacturing facilities right here in this country. And in fact, what we've seen since President Biden took over is 50 new or expanded solar PV plants. For those who track these things, that did not happen in the past. In fact, all the plants were built in China, were built in other parts of Asia. We've had over 100 new battery plants, 100 battery plants. Some of these are multi-billion-dollar plants going up. In fact, it's $74 billion of public and private investment just in battery supply chains for EVs, for other uses of batteries going on. Those are big, big numbers. Those are communities across Indiana, across our country
that will benefit. So that's the second win for our community. The third win, and I'll keep it very short on this one, is we can save the planet. That's a pretty good win. That's a pretty good proposition. That's pretty cool for people who are starting out their careers. You can have a great job, you can be secure in a job expansion going forward, you can help your communities across this country, and you can save the planet at the same time. That is a pretty cool deal. All right, so let me now turn it over to one of Ivy Tech's finest, Delaney Seibert, to introduce our First Lady.
Good afternoon. My name is Lane, and I'm a student here at Ivy Tech working towards my renewable energy certificate because I know renewable energy is the only way forward for our world. And I'm here at Ivy Tech because Ivy Tech gives me the opportunity to work and pursue my passion. Growing up, every time we would go to my grandparents' house, we would drive past this massive wind farm right on the border between Indiana and Ohio. And that's what really sparked my passion for renewable energy, is seeing that every time I was going to see grandma. This passion was further fueled by an amazing environmental science teacher I had in high school, and is re-sparked every day here at Ivy Tech. I'm just so happy to be here at a school that is going to give me the education that I need to pursue my passion and to get me into a career that I'm extremely excited about. There's really no comparison to that. You know, the joy you experience when you're getting an education to pursue a future that you want, like that you have dreamed about your entire life. And I'm so proud to be here today, to be here with Dr. Biden, who is a professor at a community college, just like the one I go to. That's so inspiring. It is my pleasure to introduce her to speak today. It is my pleasure to introduce you, Dr. Jill Biden, First Lady of the United States.
Story with us. And Mayor Murphy, Congressman Moran, and Jane, your commitment to programs like this one is so important, and we're grateful for your leadership. So thank you. And good afternoon, and it's great to be back at Ivy Tech. I know it's exam week, so I'm grateful that many of you have chosen to spend your study break time here. Maybe you got, I don't know, extra credit. And thank you, Dr. Ellspermann, and all of you for welcoming us today. And I have to say, Madam President, that it's really impressive to me that the people you put in the front rows are your students, not the people with titles. And that's you sat for like an hour and you didn't even take out your phones. So, anyway, 2 years ago, my husband, President Biden, made a promise to rebuild the middle class. And you know what that exactly does? Who does that is community colleges. And as Joe has said, they provide the best career training in America. And community, yes. Colleges are flexible and they meet students where they are. And they offer programs tailored to the communities that they serve. You know, high school education just isn't enough for so many of the jobs of the 21st century. But there are great careers out there that can be found with associate degrees and certificates and other job training, and paths that don't really require the 4 years of college. So today I had the opportunity to see the Flex Lab, where students are training for careers in clean energy. And they're building solar power systems and being trained to operate wind turbines, and they're learning to wire homes and fix down power lines. You know, this program is giving them good paying jobs and protecting the planet for the next generation. And I also met Sandy. Wave your hand. To graduate with her technical certificate in electric line technology. And I love this. She enrolled in college at age 45, and thanks to the certification she received here, she's been working at NIPSCO for 12 years. It's amazing to see you forging this incredible career for yourself. And you're what this is all about and why we are here today. Dual enrollment courses, which a lot of these kids are in, registered apprenticeships, community colleges partnering with businesses to train workers in growing industries. You know, these aren't a Democrat idea or a Republican idea. They're American ideas championed by leaders from both parties. And for many years, they helped students from all communities, red and blue, urban and suburban, you know, and everywhere in between, help you get the training that you need for the jobs of the future. And now we have something more to add to the equation. Millions of jobs in infrastructure, clean energy, and manufacturing that are being created by my husband Joe and his administration. Jobs just waiting to be filled by students like you if we can build the pathways that all of you need. Your president and the leaders of the Departments of Labor and Energy understand that. And it's my honor to be joined by Deputy Secretary of Energy Dave Turk, who's been a partner and a friend to Joe since Joe's time in the Senate. And of course, our next Secretary of Labor, Julie Sue. And so Julie is going to have the chance to use her decades of experience to help so many others find the American dream for themselves. So thank you both for joining me today. So career-connected learning that starts in high school provides access to 2 years of community college and connects to great jobs is the future of our workforce. It's how we grow the economy from the bottom up and the middle out. And Joe is bringing together his entire administration to make this future a reality. Across the country, we're seeing programs like this one bridge the gap between what students learn and the careers that you all will find. And we need more communities to follow Ivy Tech's lead. Because when they do, all students, no matter what their background, will have the chance to follow their passions and find a pathway to a great job. And together, we're going to be able to fundamentally transform what it means to make a living and make a life here in America. So to all the students here, good luck. You probably have spring break coming up, right? Yeah, because I'm giving midterms this week. So at the end of the week is our spring break. I think we can make it. So good luck, have a great spring break. Thank you, Ivy Tech, for welcoming me once again. Thank you.
And that was Dr. Jill Biden. And she, again, reiterating the importance of this college and other colleges being prepared for the 21st century and beyond with technology that produces students that are ready for the jobs being offered right now. This is the time for students to prepare. And as we've seen, the jobs that are just awaiting them in clean energy, solar power, wind power, and the engineering jobs, the mechanical engineering jobs, and much of the new developments that are going to go into the restructuring and rebuilding of American industry is offered at community colleges that have programs that can prepare students to make a living, and as Dr. Jill Biden said, to make a life. I'm Naima Latif, and you've been watching the Media Connection TV with On Air Daily News here at this institution, Ivy Tech Community College, here in Valparaiso, Indiana. And until next time, make sure you make a difference.